Hey, man, happy Sunday and welcome to the Iron Elite Podcast Show with your boy Sarge, man. Hey, man, this weekend was a great weekend. Your boy was down to the bottom. I was in Miami, man. We did a lot of stuff. We had a great time. Man, I just got back, but I've got energy, man, because we got a show to do. So let everybody know we're on. Share it with a friend. K4L, let's go.
I was asked the other day, hey Sarge, why you never play any fast music on your podcast? It's simple. I'm petty.
Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting y'all gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting y'all gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Sliding on my road glide, looking so fly. 20-inch rollback, screaming eagle torque pack. I-10 to the end, it's a known patch. If you ain't a ground pounder, pay attention, fall back. We iron elite boys, no need for hitting switches. We split lanes and hogging lanes, we on a mission. On our way to CA, we 100 deep. Water up, y'all the road, run it up, rip it up. Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? I'm outside with it, I scrape the town burning loud when the smoke clear up. You know I hardly did it, I'm real naughty with it. My ride clean when it bling, I show the lean on the scene to get jiggy with it. No did it, get it? I'm well equipped it. My bike side got a side, so you know I'm hit. She dropped it down and split it, backed it up to shift it. Let me kick a little game to you lames riding around here, giving a set a bad name. It don't matter what you rank or what you claim. When we turn it up, you keep it motorcycling, man. My soul brothers, they roll runners, we rolling deep. When it's time to rally up, it's Black Wall Street. When you see them MCs at the RTE, water up, down the road, run it up, rip it up. Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig? Hurry up, don't truck it up, rev your motors up. If it ain't clean, get your polish up. Big sword, you in charge, real king of the south. If you ain't getting yonder, gotta keep it motorcycle, you dig?
But Sarge, why you always gotta talk about motorcycling? Sarge, why you don't never talk about nothing else? Look here, man. If you gonna do all that crying, what the baby gonna do?
Again, happy Sunday to everybody and welcome to the Iron Elite Podcast Show with your boy Sarge. Hey, man, as y'all can see, I got the Magnificent Six, man. Just got back from the I-10 to the End. I think they didn't finally kind of got it together, but before we introduce them and talk about their epic ride, please reach up and hit the like button, man, so we can get the algorithms kicking so we can begin the show. But before we do, and I promised that breakfast I wasn't going to do it, but I got to do it. I gotta do it, man. So anyway, just quick story. Y'all just get in the trust tree with me on this one, man. So some few months ago, we had an Iron Elite event. And man, we were doing the ride heading over to Harley Davidson before we did the VIP tour. And you know how it is, man. Everybody got their motorcycles out there. They got their dresses out. And we all showing off, man, our motor work as we getting it down the highway. So we pulling the Harley. And I'm leading the pack, man. I'm feeling good about myself. So I backed my bike in and I parked it. And I go over to start talking to the Harley Davidson representative. And I came back. And my boys from Miami, Joe Fan, man, him and Graham said, what the hell is going on? And we looked around and said, what? Who motorcycle got coronavirus? So what are you talking about, motorcycle? Sarge, is that your sound system? Yeah, man, don't ever play that music from that motorcycle ever again, man. So they had me go down to Miami, man. They did some work on my motorcycle, and my motorcycle music is tight, man. So I'm good. So nobody's gonna talk about your boy again because I took that personal for 60 days. But anyway, man, let me stop. We're not here for that today. We're here to talk about an epic ride from these six individuals, man. I call them Magnificent Six. They rode their motorcycles. I think we had 3 chapters. we had Choppers, we had Queens of the South, and we had K9 NC. So without further ado, family, how are you? How's everything this evening?
What's going on now?
Good, good, good.
Hey
All
man,
good.
hey man, do y'all motorcycle sound like coronavirus, y'all music?
No,
Nah,
sir. No, sir.
Hey, that's
No,
nah.
just
sir.
me, man.
No,
Hey
sir.
man, I felt so embarrassed, bro. I ain't played music on my bike again since.
Not the coronavirus. That's a good one. I'm
That's
gonna use
Yeah,
that one.
man.
I am
Hey, bro,
too.
they got on me, man. They got on me. So hey, let's do this, man. Let's take it from the top, cause let's do this. We gonna go lady first. We'll go Queens of the South. Then we'll go Choppers MC, and then we'll go K9. We're gonna let everybody introduce themselves to the world and tell us a little bit about you if you don't mind. So Coco, you're gonna take this for us.
Good afternoon or good evening, good evening. I'm Queen Coco, Queens of the South, Fayetteville chapter. Just learned to ride my motorcycle, was challenged during this I-10 to the end. Um, these brothers are my brothers for life. They got me to the West Coast and back safely. They pushed me, they challenged me. I rolled some eyes. I refused to look at them as I rode sometimes, but they kept me going. And I'm thankful for all of them for sure.
Oh, don't worry, we're gonna talk about it. That's what's up. So Prez, you wanna take it first?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Chopper LT, president of Choppers MC out of Chesapeake, Virginia. I'll tell you what, man, it was we got a lot to talk about. It was a beautiful ride with some beautiful folks that I was able to do it with. So I mean, yeah, I'm ready to get into it. Let's get into it.
That's what's up. Who we got next?
Chopper Easy, my Chesapeake choppers. Hey, great ride, great time. Learned a lot. We did get fatigued. Like I said, hey, I don't know if I would do it again. Hey, it was tasking, but I said, hey, it was on that bucket list. I tell you that we knocked out a bucket
Yeah.
list. Other than that, that's pretty much about it.
Hey, give it a minute, man. You'll forget all those old memories. You want to go make some new ones. That's what's happening. Hey, I'll just say this, man. Boy, you can tell when they got some money. Look in that garage. God dang it, man.
Hey, don't do that. Don't do
I
that.
hope. Hey,
Don't do that.
hey, let me know if they hired at your job, man, because I need to tell some of
The colors got to coordinate.
that. Hey, who else we got, man? Who else we got?
What's going on, Chopper Rib? Definitely learned a lot, going on this journey all the way to LA, and I'm ready to talk about it.
That's what's happening. So I missed. I got all the three choppers right.
You
I
got
got
you
the
got
four
one more.
choppers.
Prospecting
Okay,
solid
cool.
for choppers.
Yeah,
Hey man, it was a great trip, man. I learned a lot, man, and I'm ready to do it again.
right on, right
Not no
on.
time soon though.
Hey, at least they know you road tested.
Yeah.
When you pass over, they ain't gotta ask you, "Are you gonna ride your motorcycle?"
No questions asked,
Yeah,
man.
I'm gonna
Facts,
ride it, but they had to
facts.
slow it down a little bit.
Ain't no greater way to show your dedication to the organization than to get on your motorcycle, man, and ride that bad boy like that, like you stole it. So shout out to you for doing that, my guy. Okay, so I got K9, one K9. What we got? What we got?
Y'all know what it is. Problem Child K9 MC, National Staff, National Road Captain. Coming straight from Newport News, Virginia. Second time doing it. I tell you this. I've done a lot of rides in my life. This one here, it was thought provoking. It was exhilarating. It was funny. It was a lot, and I salute Choppers MC for allowing me to be the tail gunner up and back. I appreciate it. We're gonna talk about it.
Right on. Hey man, I love the collaboration that y'all did. It's very rare you'll see three different clubs in one I-10 to the end around. Once in a while I might see one hang around from another club that might go with a club, but to have three is unique, man. So we're excited to talk about it. I appreciate you guys coming on and sharing this ride with us this evening, because I can guarantee you, by the time we're done this evening, we're all going to be better motorcycle riders because of you guys' testimony. So thank you in advance. And for those that are coming on the show, man, if you could be so kind, reach up, hit the like button, man, so we can get the algorithms rocking. I don't know how long we're going to stay on Facebook tonight, but we are on YouTube. So if you're on Facebook, please be so kind, open up a second tab on your browser, YouTube, the YouTube channel Sarge, Life and Motorcycling, man. We're live on the show this evening. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get on into it, man. So let's take it from there. So first of all, Okay, we got some from, we got 2 chapters from VA. Am I correct?
Right.
Okay, choppers, y'all from
Chesapeake, Virginia.
Chesapeake, and then Problem Child, you from
Newport
Newport
News.
News? Newport
Yes,
News.
sir.
Okay, I can kind of see the closeness there. Okay, now Coco,
Kept it
how did you
rolling.
get in this thing? How did that work out for you?
I used to
'Cause you
live
Fayetteville,
in
right?
Virginia. Yeah, I'm Fayetteville. I used to live in Virginia about a
Oh,
year ago. And so I met the choppers and I've been rolling with them since.
okay, that's what's up. So LT man, how we put this thing together?
Okay, so the initial purpose of the ride was we were going out to LA for our mother chapter. It was our 59th anniversary. So for us choppers, you know, we get on the ground and we head out there. Big plug for next year. That's the 60th. I'm trying to take the whole East Coast with me. Let's go. Uh, yeah. So and internally within my chapter, we had been talking about a few of us brothers have been talking about doing the I-10 to the end. And you know, when it comes to what we doing on these hogs, we got our personal family, I guess you would say, within our own personal motorcycle club. But that don't take away the fact that I know some folks out there who really do ride their motorcycles, and Coco being one, and Problem Child being one as well.
Yeah.
So I definitely reached out to them, extended the invitation, and I would tell you, between both of them, they were immediately like, "Yes." Problem
That's what's
Child,
up.
he was borderline getting on my nerves about it.
Hey
So
man, he a beast, ain't he?
yeah,
He's a
yeah.
beast, yeah.
I had no doubt in him. And then when it came to Coco, she was like, over the time she was in it
Yeah.
and showed no doubt. But yeah, that was how this initially came about. We was headed out to LA to do our celebrate our 59th anniversary. We wanted to, you know, join an elite group while doing it. For us choppers, we'd
Yeah.
have been across a few times, headed out there, whatever. We wanted to definitely do a different challenge.
That is. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So okay, so we know, you know, obviously, so this LA chapter is the mother chapter, right, or
Yes.
national chapter. Okay,
Yes.
so we knew that event was coming, so we knew we had to go across. So now we're putting it together to try to say, okay, folks, this is what we're doing. This is how we're getting down. So, did you guys have any type, say, I don't know, like a group line, and you maybe talked about different things on your way preparing for this, like
Absolutely. We got us
a
a little
checklist?
group chat that we put together. We was definitely in communications well prior to, you know, to talk about our routes, talk about our stops, the hotels, how many miles we gonna do per day. You know, and I would say that we were all on the same page in agreement with what the plan was. So it was nobody was caught by surprises as far as exactly what we were gonna be doing daily.
Okay. You know, we've had shows before on the podcast, and one that I had just a few months ago. It was called the Uncomfortable Conversation, No Man Left Behind. And doing that podcast, we were kind of hitting in on, you know, we know how to prepare for a successful ride. We, you know, when things are going great, we already got a plan. But how do we plan to start talking about things ahead of time, so when if something possibly happen out there, we're ready to go? And I'm talking about more of immediate action. I'm talking about stuff where a motorcycle goes down, is completely wrecked, or somebody gets hurt and can't continue to soldier on. Did we talk about any of those type of things and say, what are our contingency plans if somebody can't push on?
To be honest with you, no, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but not necessarily had that plan, because a lot of our conversations was based off of the preparation and the maintenance and upkeep of our schools to ensure, you know, that we got everything to get all motorcycles across and back. Um, that's a good point. We really didn't harp on the idea um, of one of them not making it back. But I will say, for our good brother Rib, he did run into.
Don't
He
steal it
went
now.
that.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
Okay.
Don't
All
stay.
right. All right.
We're gonna hold on
But
to it. We're gonna hold that one to the side.
but when we get to it, I really want to emphasize the fact that everybody was on point.
Right
Everybody.
on. Right on. Okay, so let's talk about the preparation phase. So, uh, Problem Child, you did tell me you're a national road captain, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have been across, and I know some of the other fellows have been across too, but I think specifically I-10 to the end. Anybody else that ever done I-10 to the end? Okay,
No.
so Problem Child, I'm gonna assume you were the experienced one on this particular stretch of highway going coast to coast. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what was some of the things that maybe you shared with the fellows and a young lady to say, hey, these are some things you need to know about to prepare yourself for this specific stretch of highway going to the West Coast?
So, so truthfully, I didn't have to put out much because a lot of the mindset of when you ride long distance was already embedded in all of them. So we all threw tidbits of what we may need, what we may not need, so on and so forth. I put in the usual things, the battery charger, the air compressor, hey, have your heated gear. And everybody was looking at me like, duh, like we got that. So it wasn't actually anything that somebody was like, oh, I didn't think about that because I think we were so on the same page about this ride that it made it easy to where all of us are experienced riders. So it wasn't like it was like, well, oh, I didn't think about that. Or it was like, oh man, yeah, good idea. Everybody was like, they look we LT came in, he said, hey, we should all have this. And we all said, all right, cool. And as he said it, I had everything laid out in my garage. Cause I mean, of course I've done it before. So I was already packed, but it was a lot said that I was like, oh, I may need this. Oh no, I don't think I need this. So the ride was kind of easy. I threw my 10 cent in on, hey, we should do this, maybe we should do that, so on and so forth, but it really wasn't much to say to these guys and ladies because it was really easy because everybody rides. It's not like one person, so one person maybe hadn't done it but they all ride, so it was easy that they already had everything, so it was pretty simple for real.
Okay, then basically what that's telling me then, you guys ride motorcycles, A, and B, you're professional about your long distance get down. So hey, that's perfect, man. Hey, if there ain't no problems, we ain't gonna make none. Okay, so next question. So okay, so we prepared. Obviously the duh stuff. Do you have a air compressor? Do you have a battery charger? Do you have a tire repair kit? Okay, maybe some other things. Were there anything during the ride that you noticed once you got on the ride that you wish you would have done in the preparation phase?
Uh,
Mm, oh,
I,
all I can say is I think I packed too much, I think. I mean, I packed for like 14. When I did the first time, I packed for, going up, coming back, but this one was pretty much 10 days. So I packed a lot of clothes. I kind of think maybe I packed too much, but in the end, I mean, I didn't have to wash anything because I had enough clothes for if something happened or I'm out longer than what I expect. So for me, there really was nothing that I packed that I was like, man, I shouldn't have packed, or there was nothing left at home that I was like, oh man, I should have brought. That's just my little side of it.
Okay.
yeah. I feel like with just the previous experiences across traveling across country, not necessarily on the 10, but on the other highways, um, just taking all of those and it prepared and sharing that information with everybody. It prepared us for it. I can't really think of anything, me personally, that I was like, dang, I wish I
Okay.
should have. Now, something I did do different on this one that I hadn't done in the past, and they'll tell you I swapped out my windscreen. I had
Okay.
we got that nice
The
show
high one.
show.
You got the
Yeah,
short one
yeah.
or the high
So
one?
I put the high one on
Yeah.
specifically for this trip, and I brought along. I call it the pop windscreen. I brought along my short clockworks for when I got out to
Right.
Cali, show up and show out.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
riding
yeah, yeah,
across
yeah,
country with
yeah.
that taller one, it was
Yeah.
a game changer for me.
You don't have to do as much cleaning of your helmet windshield. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I know for me, I had a 23 and me and LT had a lot of conversations about the 23 prior to going out there. Should I
Mm.
change it to a 21? Should I go out on the 23? And so I took the chance. I had it looked at and I decided to go ahead and take the 23 across. And so I know for me that was like the biggest like thing on my mind. LT sent out the list, and like I think most of us are military, so we sent the list. I got the things on the list. I was ready, but the biggest thing was me. For me, was like the stress of like, okay, I'm on this 23. We've had a conversation about the 23. I got to make it across on this 23, or everybody gonna be like, I told you so on this 23. And so that was the biggest thing for me.
So you had a
Uh,
concern. You had a concern for the viewers. You had a concern if you had a flat tire or cracked wheel or
mhm.
something, you were gonna be in trouble.
I was gonna be in trouble. Yeah. And then at high speeds, it starts to dance on me a little
Yeah.
bit. I think because I'm lighter too, because I've gone back. If I think because I'm lighter, we start getting triple digits sometimes. It starts to
Yeah.
move on me a little bit. But yeah, the 23 did me good.
Actually, did you guys deal with any type of brownouts like windstorms or sandstorms out there?
Yes.
Okay.
On the
How
way
did
back.
that 23 how did that 23 behave out there for you?
On the way there, the I-10, like I took like I-10, I love I-10. I-40, throw I-40 away. Like
Yeah.
I-40 to me is trash. Like from Los Angeles to Amarillo, Texas, I think it was like
Yeah.
37 miles an hour winds.
Yeah.
On the 23, me small, like I told people I rode sideways for the 17 hours we were on the road. So by the time we landed in Amarillo, I was like had vertigo, like I was like whisked up from down. Like I'm tired, like I fought like physically, not just like riding along. Now I'm fighting for the whole 16 hours to hold the bike up. But I don't know if the rim handled any differently, but I just know like the wind definitely pushed me like the entire ride back from LA to Amarillo, Texas.
Yeah,
it it
interesting.
And
it
it was
it pushed us all. She handled it. She handled it
Yeah.
like a
She
boss.
sure
Yeah,
did. Sure
it's funny.
did.
It's funny that she mentioned it because I don't remember if we had one. I don't remember. I don't remember any female riding across with a 23 for the I-10. So I was kind of interested. She actually brought up something to make me think I'm gonna be checking it next time. But yeah, I don't remember none. But hey, let's do this real quick if you guys don't mind. Hey, Joe, appreciate you being on with us, man. I love you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. I had so much fun in Miami with you guys. Hey, Bolo, appreciate you for being on with us, man. The Bells, man, I'll fight you about the Bells, man. I had a great time with Sonny and David, man. We were doing all kind of stuff at the cookout. David was dancing and leading no, he wasn't. He wasn't. That just sounded good for the lie. No, David was chilling. Um, Masoul, I see you on, man. I hope you got your shoes off, took a shower and you laid in the bed. 30 minutes, man. You take your behind the bed because you got some pounding to do tomorrow. Mr. Road King, man, I appreciate you guys, man, for being on. Nasty, we didn't catch up on the highway today, but bro, I know you were doing your thing with Dahuro. FHO, what's happening, my guy? Me and you be talking soon. Tag, appreciate you. Man, appreciate for everybody for being on with us this evening. I have the Magnificent Six. Just got back from the I-10 to the end. Have done their thing. They came home safe and sound, man. So now they're on the show today, and we're going to talk about it, how they make that epic ride, man. So I'm sorry. So folks, we're going to get back at it. So under the preparation phase, just to kind of, I guess, summarize what we've talked about so far. You guys were prepared. Y'all had a group line or group chat to talk about things common to all. Now, I'm gonna use some military lingo. Everybody in here, I know we got a few veterans in here. Am I correct?
Everybody.
Everybody veterans. So I'm gonna use some veteran stuff. We got things that are common to all. We have a checklist. We have things we need to have, things that we like to have, and things we don't give a damn about. And Problem Child, he probably did a little bit of the things we don't give a damn about because he overpacked a little bit, according to him. Okay, so under the packing phase, did you guys find that you needed? Okay, so when you went across, it was still April. Am I correct?
Yes,
So
sir.
it's
Yes.
still April.
Yes.
So did you guys deal with during this time of the year? Did you deal with the different seasons, whether it was cold, hot, rain, blah blah blah? Did y'all deal with all those particular seasons on
I
this
think
ride?
we I think it rained what 30 minutes on us per se. It rained a little bit and we kept pushing. Then, me and LT was in the front and he did like this and looked at the clouds and I said, Because I had because once again, doing the ride already, I had the radar map. So I'm looking at the map, looking at him. I'm like, yeah, it's about to get ridiculous. So we pulled over, got gas, put our rain gear on, and which is crazy. I think we rode about 30 minutes,
It
yeah,
was
about 30, 40 minutes, and then it stopped. And then now the heat then came, and we all back there like this, but we didn't want to stop. So we just kept going to the next gas stop. And I think everybody just took everything off and was like, let go and let God at this point, because I'm not putting this stuff back on. I think that was it. And then it was cold in Flagstaff, but it wasn't cold
Okay.
enough to where we was like,
Okay.
because I told somebody, I was like, I want to go through Flagstaff. And I said it for like 4 days. And he was like,
Yeah.
man, come on, man. It's easier. And I was like, I want to go through Flagstaff. I didn't go
I
through
would tell
Flagstaff
you,
last year.
we had already made it through Flagstaff. Coco, you remember we got to the stop and he was like, I'm just waiting to get through Flagstaff. We looked at him like, man,
Right. And we'd already shot through it.
we, we didn't already did that. But hey Sarge, I would tell you on the 10 going across it was mostly fog. That was probably like the highlight when it came to the environmentals, fog and a little bit of wind. But the little rain that we did see, we were able to pull out the apps, take a look and see exactly which direction everything was going. Yeah, if we was to tell anybody, if you want to roll the dice or you really want to pick and choose when to do this trip, that late April, that was
Yep.
that was a
We
good
talked
time,
about it. That's the sweet spot.
man.
Yeah, that in my opinion, late April and
What'd you say, October?
October is the
Yeah.
sweet spot, man. To me, it is anyway. I know
Yeah.
some people some people don't mind, a hot, and some people don't mind cold.
Yeah.
I mind both of them. I mind hot and I mind cold. So
Right.
I'm gonna need mine perfect. So, is anybody in the group never been across the country?
Yeah.
Coco's the only one.
No, myself and Problem Child are the only two that ever been.
Okay. So, I guess I'm gonna put it back down. So, let's talk about the physical side then. Since equipment is on fleek, and let's be honest, a lot of times if you got people with you in your club or your organization that know what they're doing, they're going to tell you what to pack and how to pack and what equipment to have on a motorcycle. So that's not a real, follow people know what the hell they're doing. You're going to be okay on the equipment side. But say on the physical side, some people going to be fat. It's going to be some people going to be skinny. There's going to be some people who have, high blood pressure. Going to be some people that might possibly have diabetes. Going to be some people that's going to have sleep apnea. Physically,
You done called out our whole group.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
with y'all.
Hey, you ain't lying. 3 of them.
Hey, we all family.
All 3 of them.
So for this one, I'm gonna need everybody to participate in this one because everybody's physically different. So let's start off with we're gonna start off with Coco first on this, but what I want you to tell me is physically, how did you prepare yourself for it? And then when you got on the trip and when you came home, did you feel like you prepared yourself physically enough or well enough? Ready, set, go.
Physically, I think I made sure I was hydrated. Everybody said that. So like I hydrated a lot. The Sunday, and I will talk we kind of like had a little bit of not a setback, but with better planning, we could have maximized some of our like energy. Because like I was hydrated and we left on Monday, but we just drove to Jacksonville, which for me from Fayetteville is only like 5 hours. And then we stayed there through the night, and then we got up and now we hit that 1,100 miles across. And so, even whatever people can say whatever, but 1,100 miles a day is taxing on the body, especially multiple 1,100,000 mile days. It's
Wait a
taxing.
minute. You said people can say whatever.
They can people be like, I'm a ground pounder, like no motorcycle
1,100
said.
miles a day that's a beast.
It's a beast.
That's a beast.
It's a beast. Yeah. So we hit it with 1,100 miles the first day. I think like 1,050 the second day. So we were ground pounding, and so
Facts.
it definitely, for me, and I tell people my 23 is heavy, and so every time I got to pick that bike up, it takes energy. When I'm landing at the gas station, I got to be mindful of where I'm landing at, make sure I can pick it back up. Because my biggest thing was like, I'm the only female. I will not need help on this ride. I will hold my own on this ride.
Hey, because
And she did.
they were gonna help you, but you were gonna get that work. You were gonna get that
Yeah.
work.
And so it was definitely physically taxing. I tell people, even if it's not physically, it's mentally. Like you in your helmet, there's moments in your helmet where you happy, you sad, you angry, you asking yourself, why am I doing this? Like, but now you in the middle of America and it's like I can't turn around.
Mm,
The only thing I do is keep going. And so
that's
there's
it.
all the emotions that happen. The physical, I think I tell people all the time, your mind gives out before your body does. Your body can keep going way past your mind. And so if you can get your mental good, your body will keep going. And so it's really keeping yourself mentally in the game when it's dark at night and you still got 200 miles to go to the next
Mm,
stop. You like, let's go,
God
fellas.
dang
Let's
it,
go,
man.
guys.
I hate when
And we
that
each had,
happens.
yeah, we each have a turn where
Yeah.
one of us was down, the other one was like, I know Solid was always like, man, Coco, you the strongest woman I've ever met. He would always tell me that at gas stations,
Yeah.
at gas stops. So like one was down, the other one was up. And so I think that definitely helped us coming together, kind of
So
push us to
so
the next
so so
stop.
real quick. So physically, okay, say never mind. Let's say the 1100 day, the first 1100 day coming out the gate. That night when y'all were done, y'all were getting ready to bed down. How did, matter of fact, how did you feel getting ready to bed down, and how did you feel waking up that next morning knowing you got to do it again?
Huh,
Yeah, bed down.
huh.
I was like, they were talking about getting food. I was like, I'm just gonna eat whatever's on my motorcycle and I'm gonna lay down because we're getting up in like 6 hours.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I just gotta sleep and wake up and do it again and hope for the best. But
Okay.
luckily we had a little bit of delay. For me, it's like when it's dark, my mind thinks it's time for bed. And
Yeah.
so I was always good during the light of the day. It was like when it got dark, that's when I was like, oh my God, it's time for bed. And so we had a little bit of delay the second day. And then we were riding west, so like it was getting lighter. And so I think that so the first day was the hardest for me going west because just got dark on us. We were in Houston. We had a little bit of a hiccup in Houston that stopped us, and then but we kept going, and we still had to get to San Antonio, and so it was kind of like I remember one of the last gas stops. Everybody looked a little bit defeated, and
Yeah.
we were all like, we still got to go, and it was stigmatisms
Yeah.
popped up, all kind of stuff, and we still had 2 hours, I think, to go, and so we had to kind of bear down and keep going.
Okay. And for everybody out there, man, don't worry. Like Sarge, we gonna get to the ugly part of the trip. We getting there. I ain't finna let them off the hook. We gonna get there.
We gonna
Hey,
get there.
so Rib, physically, did you think you prepared well enough? There were some things that you maybe wish you could have done a little bit more. Or you think you were good to go?
I think I was good to go physically for it. I make sure I was rested up the day before, and yeah, I think I was good.
Okay. Hey, if you're solid, you're solid. I don't know about me, man. I have to prepare. I have to prepare a while. Hey, what about you? What about you, Easy?
I think I prepared. I think I did 1,000 miles a day before with LT, so I already kind of knew the expectation. So
Okay.
I think that we ride a lot, and I know how he push. He's a pusher. So uh,
Yes, yes.
and I can tell you,
Oh, he one of them guys.
oh yeah, he's a pusher, and I
Yeah.
think he sets the pace. So
Nice.
I was prepared and ready for him. So
Yeah.
but I think that one thing that we probably didn't expect was losing a visor on a helmet and knowing that it was hard to acquire a new visor for a helmet, and I was worried about another individual riding in the rain and could he make it through there and
Yeah.
there was we never got a visor, so he made it down 10 and back and through 40 and back and without
With
a
no
visor.
visor.
So I can tell you that was an accomplishment for
Hey,
him.
bro,
First time
you're a good
at
man.
1,000 miles a day
I
ride.
don't know if I'd be willing to do all that. I'm about to go give me a visor, man.
We tried.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, hey. So what about you? Who did I miss? I got Rib. I got Easy. I'm gonna get Prez. I thought it was one other person I need to
Oh,
get.
solid was solid. Drop the call.
Solid
His
dropped
phone,
off.
they said his phone was dying.
Oh, okay. So
Lord,
hopefully,
praise him,
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. Hopefully we can get Solid his phone charged up and get him back on. So Prez, tell me. Well, I know Prez. He was
So
driving the train. So
okay, so I will say this. my preparation for it was I felt like it was cool, but I was high on adrenaline, right? Because I knew what we were getting ourselves into when it came
Hmm.
time to the miles and the time. What I will say is that I you, you can't treat everybody like that. And I told everybody beforehand, like, hey, listen, I'm gonna push you. I'm gonna push you, but I promise you safety first. But
Okay.
I can acknowledge the difference between I just don't want to do this no more just because, or I really can't do this, right? We had a goal, and I felt like it was my job to push us to make it to that goal. But moving forward, I probably should have took a real step back to really evaluate if everybody was really capable and comfortable with doing those 1,000+ miles a day. Unfortunately for me, I was introduced to it like that. So now I'm thinking that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But after riding with, what I'm saying, this group right here let me know, like, nah, man, we probably could have planned it out a certain way, but a different way. But I would say though, everybody was able to make it happen. But just and it physically getting across, yeah, because I was like, man, I gotta get us there. But I would tell y'all that Saturday in California, I hit that brick wall, and that's when I
Mm.
knew, yeah, I
Time
need
to
to give me
rest.
some rest. Yeah, I need to
Time to
get some
rest.
rest because we had to
Yeah.
get across coming back. Um,
Yeah.
but as far as I think we all did well as far as eating on the road, wasn't doing too much heavy eating until we got to our destination at nighttime. Um, yeah, the physical portion of it for me going across, it was a lot of drilling and trying to lead the team across. But then when I got there, it was like sit your tail down somewhere,
Yeah.
big dog.
I don't know about you, man, but especially if you lead the pack, the president, or maybe you have responsibility for the pack as being the road captain or what have you. Anything that has you to do with leadership is twice as draining on you because first and foremost you're responsible, and you're gonna get all the work when things ain't going right, and they gonna you don't give no credit to yourself when things go well. But at
That's
the
right.
same time, you got to make sure you are good, and you got to make sure your team are good, your brothers and
Yeah,
sisters are good. So it is
yeah,
a mental and physical exercise for you as well. So
absolutely.
so
And
that
salute to everybody. We definitely all looked out for each other.
yeah,
We definitely did that.
yeah. Okay, so we rocked it. 1,100 miles coming out the gate for everybody out there that's listening to the podcast today. I don't care what Coco say. 1,100 miles, a lot of dang miles, man. It's a lot. When the guys told me when we met here in Jacksonville,
Yeah.
that was on what was on a Friday night. I think it was on a Friday night.
That's
We
Mhm.
met
right.
in Jacksonville, and
No,
Monday
Monday.
night.
Monday
Monday.
night. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Monday
Monday
night.
night. So we meet. You know, everything that they ate the check in and the whole nine. And I said, well, that's my first question. How far you going on the first leg? Yeah, so we taking to San Antonio. Always say, okay,
Yeah, yeah,
let's count this
yeah,
down.
yeah,
Oh, y'all grown.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Y'all grown
Y'all
folks. Y'all
grown.
grown. Let's count this down. And I tell everybody because if you can make it to San Antonio the first day, you whoop this ass. You're in the catbird seat. You are in control now of the ride. So I tell everybody, if that's your goal, by all means, go try to accomplish your goal. But if you don't get discouraged. Some people have to pull up in Houston. Some people have to pull up in Beaumont. And it's easy when you hear people on the podcast say, "Hey, man, we finna knock out San Antonio." That's not the average. Those are the motorcycle riders who've got a lot of experience in the saddle with doing this kind of long distance riding. So ladies, fellas, I'm gonna say it for you. They're not your average because your average ain't doing what these guys are doing. Is that fair?
That's
I'm
right.
gonna embarrass you. I know you don't want to be. I know you want to be humble, but I'm gonna tell the truth. Anybody got anything to put on that?
No,
Well, I'm
no,
gonna
that's
say,
that's
yeah, I'm gonna
fair.
say that for doing it by myself and then doing it with a group was of course a complete difference. And I ain't gonna lie, and everybody will probably agree. I complained the whole ride because LT, this wrist, I mean, it was like this the whole time. And I'm just looking at the front like, are we gonna slow down or are we gonna just we doing it. We doing it. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
work
every
the
time we
plane.
jumped off, we got to the destination, and LT can contest. I said, so we just gonna just ride till we just not gonna do nothing, right? We just gonna just ride and risk.
Not go,
I mean,
we not
like
go
so.
eat.
Right. So me being in the back. So first off, let me say me being I done the ride before, but me being a diabetic, I try to eat. And the way LT had us moving, we'll pull up to like Arby's and everybody get gas and he get gas and go ahead and park. And then I'd be like, well, do I ask, can I eat? Like I'm grown. I'm grown, so do I
Yeah,
have to ask, can I eat, or do I just go in there and then everybody looking at me like, dang, problem child late again, waiting on
yeah,
problem child. So I was
yeah,
just eating charred blow pops and peanut butter and crackers. I mean, and throwing
yeah,
sunflower seeds behind my head. But all in all, the ride for me was completely different because it was with a group.
yeah,
And Sarge, you know me. If you ever see me somewhere, I'm always by myself. Why am I by
yeah,
myself? Because I can stop at that gas station for 45 minutes. I mean, it's just me. It don't really
yeah,
matter when I get there because I know I got to do 15 hours, but like I can still get 45 minutes. I'm doing good time. LT wasn't having that. He was he pushed, and I'm not gonna lie. Other people really was just jumping on their bikes and unpacking. Oh, I complained, bro. Like you not going. We can't eat. Like I gotta
Hey,
eat. Can we? Can
hold
we?
on, bro. Don't make it. Hold on now. Hey, Sarge, it wasn't like that. But I get what he's saying because
yeah,
I did have a sense of like, I'm not gonna say a sense of urgency, but I did in my mind have a time like, hey man, we can't sit at these gas stations too
yeah.
long. We gotta
Well,
get there.
it really is, and I'm glad FHO is on with me tonight because him and I have been across country before together. Me and him have been on several rides together,
Hmm.
and we both have the same thought process. The longer you stay on the road, the greater the chances of something going wrong. Now, I know that's not a perfect science, but that's our paranoia. So, not in respect. Obviously, with having a problem child, he's a diabetic, so you obviously got to take care of that.
Absolutely.
What you got, you can't play no games with that.
Absolutely.
So I can respect where he's coming from. I can also respect understanding. Okay, the team, we have to do this in this amount of time because there's only so much PTO out there.
Right.
Um, Life be life, and people got to get back home. And also, when you're thinking, when you're riding, you don't want this to happen, but you're also factoring in just in case you have a maintenance failure day,
Hmm.
because that could, set you back a day or two. So I
Yeah.
understand. In defense of prayers, I'm gonna give prayers some grace.
No, he did his he did his
Don't
thing.
give him no grace.
Yeah,
I will say that
yeah,
quick story.
yeah,
So I didn't pack all my medicine. I let LT know. I said, hey, bro, look, like when we get to Jacksonville, I got my medicine to Jacksonville. I got to go to Walgreens before I even look at the bed. He was like, say less. So we checked in the room. He was like, hey, look, we got to run to Walgreens, So we ran to Walgreens. I got my stuff. So I will say, even though, I'm getting on him a little bit, I would say that he, from the beginning to the end, he said, we're staying here. This how much it costs. This how many miles we're doing. We're gonna do this. We do that. We do that. So it wasn't like I got on the road and was like, "Well, I didn't know we were gonna do this." Like we hit it, and I appreciate him for that because it kept the train moving. And I think the miles that we put in were taxing, but I think that as I sat in the back and watched everybody, some bobbing their heads, some, was sitting there like this is ridiculous. Some were just sitting there having a good time. But all in all, I think that the ride itself was legendary because it was planned from beginning to end. There was no oh man or oh no or dang we didn't think about that. Like everything was planned to where the point like you could put your feet up and like okay 300 some miles, we stopping at this hotel. We wake up in the morning, we going however many miles to this hotel. Okay, cool. I will say that it was a ride that like was properly planned, and I salute you, LT, for that. And I think it made the ride for me being my second time easier. Because the first time, I mean, with it being myself, it was planned, but it wasn't planned. It was like, okay, I got to get to San Antonio. I did it. All right, I got to get to Phoenix. I did it. But with someone saying, okay, look, months before, here are the rooms. Here's where we're stopping. Here's the miles. This is how much it's gonna cost. And you might need this much money, yada yada yada. It was a properly planned group ride. And I promise, like I told them when we on our way back, I said, you just holler at me in April. We can do it again next year. It ain't nothing to it.
That's what's up. So what
I
you had
got
on that, Prez? What you had on that?
yeah. The plug that what I because hey, each one teach one, and we was learning from each other. One thing I learned from Problem Child, and I think my next long run I'm gonna use this mindset. So while he was explaining, like I already had daily destination set for us, right? One thing that he talked to me about was he had a time limit. Like I'm gonna ride for 15 hours for the day, regardless of where I'm at. When that 15 hours, I'm gonna shut it down. See, I've never done that before, right? I've always done it like destination to destination. So that's something to consider as well too. And then with having him, we're doing it like with a certain time frame, and hey, I can understand why, after that 15 hours and we still ride, he looking like, man, what the hell is we doing?
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
But
no,
again,
that's really
I'm gonna go back to say this, and I'm gonna get off the subject. We're gonna move on. Let's say this one last time, and this is really, really important. And I say this because I know I'm gonna have groups come up. There's more and more groups coming behind you guys. Some of them are course clubs. Some of them are not clubs. Some of them are just independent riders that's gonna be rocking together. They're great friends. I, I understand that, but what Prez is doing, man, you're the bad guy, because somebody's got to be the taskmaster to keep
that's it.
everything on task, man. If not, it'd be like herding cats. Coco will be taking a nap. Problem Child be eating him some Arby's.
I'll be the first one ready.
Easy, Easy be drinking him a soda up under the tree. And, a rib, he'll be on the potato chip aisle. It'll be everywhere. And then the level of productivity will really die. And by the end of the day, man, y'all mad is HELL that y'all done been on the road for 12 hours and only been 400 miles.
That's a fact. That's a
better
fact.
yet, 200 miles. So
That's a fact.
again, I throw it out there for the sake of the viewers to understand what these gentlemen are talking about, and all their concerns are real concerns. And he gonna be whoever's leading the pack, whoever's a senior member, you gonna be a pain in everybody's behind, because we're dealing with sleep deprivation, we're dealing with weather elements, we're dealing with fatigue. Your butt is hurting because you're on that motorcycle forever. Am I lying? Because you rocking a 23 and it's whipping you all over the place. So shout out to that. Anything else before we cap and move on? Can we move on? Has anybody else got something to say on that?
One last play. We're gonna move on. 6, perfect. I can't imagine doing it. You know what I'm
We ain't
saying?
going one extra person.
Yeah. That's facts.
Magnificent 6 is the deal.
Hey, listen. When it's come time to get the whole chapter to roll, hey, well, let's split this thing up a little bit. Then gas stops and that food stops. 6.
Yeah.
That's the
Hey,
max.
large packs look good on TV or the video, but damn it, no, it's not.
Right.
Hey, you had anything on that, Coco, before we move on?
No, I think
I
6
see you
is the max.
smiling. You over there keying. It must have been something. Okay, so we move on. So we talked about time, tasks, what our goals, what our mission was, some of the standards for the ride. What are some other things, say, on the ride? Let's talk about weather. How were you guys prepared to deal with the weather? Whether it's your hydration plan, whether it's your equipment, whether the instruments you were using, whether it's My Radar, weather app. Let's talk about the weather side, and I'll throw this in anybody's hand and we'll bounce it around.
So
Easy.
I told him, oh yeah, go ahead. My bad.
Easy.
Yeah.
You got anything?
Oh no, I think that we were prepared. I think that all the preparations, the chat that we had before, the message chat, I think that prepared us really. I really didn't have to think about that, because I know that Problem Child and LT had it covered, right? They had those apps looking at the weather in advance, so I think that it made it very, very easy for us, right? And I didn't worry, but even making sure that we had the gear that we needed. So I think we were really prepared. Only hiccup I said we had was that visor that solid lost. Other than that,
You gonna keep talking about that visor.
But that visor was
up with it.
hilarious. You don't
Yeah, he wanna
understand.
get
That
them
visor
jokes
was
off.
hilarious.
Hey, he finna get them jokes off, so we gonna tee it up here. We gonna do this then. Let's do this because I know we heading into home. We're gonna go into our last segment. Our last segment is gonna be the good, the bad, the ugly. What were some lessons learned that you learned, and what's some things that you would want to share with riders coming behind you? So let's do this. Easy, let's go with you first, if you don't mind. Let's talk about it. The good, the bad, the ugly, lessons learned, and what would you like to share with us as far as a takeaway?
All right, takeaways: the good, bad, ugly. Well, I think that the good. I think the planning was very good that we did. I don't think we could have got any more prepared than where we were. I think that riding with these guys who are already seasoned riders, I think that helped us out a lot. And I think um, the biggest thing I think was probably oil consumption. Some of the bikes were going low on oil, and we didn't have oil. Right, we had to find a Harley Davidson to get some oil. I think that's one thing that we didn't think about. But other than that, I think that was pretty good. I think we did pretty well. Um, a perfect trip. I think. I didn't think could have went any better than that what it did.
Very good. So, what would you like us to take away from your ride? I know you were back there chilling and listening to music while everybody was putting in all the work.
Helmet. Get the right size helmet. The size of your helmet matters. The size of your helmet matters.
Who had the wrong size helmet?
The size of your helmet matters.
Easy, you had the wrong size helmet? Hey, you try to put it on small. You try to put a small.
No, so well, I had an extra large. So not doing those long rides, I really didn't know the proper size of my head. And I can tell you that because it really didn't bother me, right? But when I started doing those, over them 1,000 miles, 1,000 miles that second day, it started to bother. You had a bruise on my head. So when I had to get the helmet, I had to get to a 4X instead of a XL.
So there you have it, man. Make sure you got the right size helmet on your head. Right. I don't care what nobody say. Okay. Let's see. Let's move it around. Who else? Let's do Rib. What was your good, bad, the ugly, and takeaways you want to leave us with?
The good, it was a good trip. Preparation was good. The bad, really didn't. I would say it's kind of hard to explain that one, but the ugly is always be prepared for like the unexpected because you never know when you're going to go down, and just having people there next to your side to make sure that you're good, that's a big deal.
Okay, we missed some.
Yeah, that's all.
Elaborate. Talk to me. Were you the one that went down?
So I'm the one that went down. Okay. Uneven pavement, unexpected, but just having everyone there, making sure that you're good and stuff like that. Making sure that you're taken care of. That's the big deal. To me.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
the long and short of that story, and you fill in the details, you don't mind. You guys were coming back from the I-10. You'd already completed the I-10, and you were coming back across the 40. Am I correct?
Correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And it was a situation with some construction in the road, some uneven pavement. Okay.
Right.
So we ain't gonna talk about the trip
the wrong way.
Oh, let's not do that. Oh, Lord Jesus, praise him, Lord.
What are we talking about?
The tour pack.
But there that construction that uneven road that took Rib down, man. It was it was a 2-lane highway. We had just came into Arkansas out of Fort Smith, about 30 miles in, and the left lane was newly paved and the right lane wasn't paved yet. And it was probably like a 3-inch drop. It was a nice drop. It actually caught me and threw me down. But the way that we ride, when it threw me down, Rib thought I was getting over, so he came with me. Oh. And he realized what was going on, tried to get back over that it caught the sidewall of that tire. But what I really wanted to talk about is, from Wade, but because I didn't see it happen because I kept going. And when I looked in my mirror, by the time I looked in my mirror, everything had happened. But it was very clear that immediately Solid hopped on the phone with 911. Problem Child and Coco, they both immediately tended straight to Rib until they got him on the side and made sure that he was good to go. Like
Right on.
everybody went into
Yeah.
action.
Yeah.
Um, um, and to make a long story short, by the end of the day, Rib was at one of our brother's father's house eating a good meal, plane ticket bought that next morning in the airport, flying out, sitting in Virginia waiting on us to get there.
Right
And
on.
we were sitting in the like everything had worked out like flawless. You couldn't have prepared or
Yeah.
planned out. And that's what I was saying earlier. Like, just salute to everybody because even though we didn't have those conversations of what if this happens, we were all ready to go into action. So, um, while I know for a fact what happened to Rib could has it have easily set us back a day or two.
Yeah.
We didn't miss a beat and still made it home on the day that we planned.
Man, let's do this. Hey, I'm gonna just say this, man. Even if it wasn't discussed earlier, grown folk gonna do what grown folk do. They are, man. Grown folks, grown professionals, people who have a loving heart. They're gonna do what they're supposed to do.
That's
And
right.
and it was obvious, what was known didn't have to be talked about. People jumping right into action and making themselves useful.
That's right.
And I don't know about you, Rip, man. Bro, you ain't got a better group to rock with than this group that you got here. How you feel, bro?
I feel good.
Yeah, you got
Feel
a group
really
to
good.
rock with. Cause I've seen the opposite, Rip. I've seen the opposite. I've
Yeah.
seen people, a whole big fat mess going on, and people are trying to react to what they need to react to, and they're doing all the opposite things. So shout out to you guys for that, man. We I don't want to make this a joke thing. This was a serious thing, and it could have been worse, but
Yeah.
obviously because people jumped on it, when they jumped on it, it came out all right. So Rib, you gonna go get another CVO?
Got a project in the works. That's all I can
There it
say.
is. Hey, that's how gangsters get out, man. They just
That
keep
man
that.
is a chopper. That man a chopper.
Hey, bro. Hey, he true blue. I'm telling you, you ain't gonna have to have no
Mhm.
conversation with him in the clubhouse.
Nah.
He gonna say where we going, where we going, where we taking off. Okay, so let's move on, man. So, Coco, what are your takeaway? What would you like to leave us with? What are the lessons learned, the good, the bad, the ugly from this trip for you?
The good was just especially the bonds coming from three different chapters, different clubs coming together, riding. There was some good planning. I honestly can say I didn't really pay attention to the planning. I just kind of showed up and just followed the lead, but it worked out for me. I low key went on a cross country trip with strangers, but it all worked out with me. I
Just
guess
that
the
easy.
literally like I've met the rest of them Monday when we got down the south of the border, but it worked out. And I guess the kind of funny is when Ribs tour pack jumped off the back of his bike in Houston, literally like
Crazy
jumped off
work.
the back,
Hey, bro,
jumped off
Crazy
the back of
work.
his.
how we lose the tour pack?
It hit a
It hit a
bump and it
bump.
literally quick released off the back.
I ain't gonna lie, man. That would have ruined my day.
It
Just,
did nothing ruined our day. Like we just kept going.
I'd
Yeah.
have been like, this some bull
We got
jive.
we got sternly talked to, and it
Yeah.
was like this. We was back on the bike, like
I
me and
got yelled
Coco
by the
stood
president. It's
there.
not my president. I got
Hey,
yelled at
hey,
by
y'all,
somebody's
y'all
president.
ain't let us go back and get a tour pack.
We that's a whole nother. That's all. That needs a whole
Nah,
nother
that's a whole nother story.
podcast.
Hey,
We got time. We
I
got
heard
time.
tour packs are overrated anyway.
So we did
Little
that,
bit,
but
little bit, little bit.
yeah, definitely the takeaway is gear. I mean, me problems. We were all firsthand witnesses to the accident, and I can guarantee you, if he didn't have on his full gear, this would be a different conversation.
Yeah.
Like literally, he had on leather jacket, full face helmet, boots, jeans. If he did not have that on, this would be a totally different conversation.
Hmm.
And
The front,
so
the
even and
front
it
of
was
his
hot. It was hot. Like I started taking off
Mhm.
stuff too, but he still had on his full leather, his jeans, his boots, full face helmet, visor down, ready to rock and roll. And so I now am more
And it's
to wear my jacket now versus just wearing a hoodie and things like that when I ride because I know
So
that would have been
Red was he was
and it's
dressed for
crazy
the
y'all say
slide,
that
not the
because I was
ride.
thinking about that because it
Taking
was so
everything off.
hot.
Yeah,
I thought about taking everything off, and I said, no,
yeah,
I'm just gonna keep it on.
yeah.
yeah.
Man,
So
I'm
that
glad you
was
did, bro. I'm glad you did. Because if you
yeah.
didn't, we probably see bandages all over your shoulders and arms and everything else right now. So shout out
Oh
to you,
yeah,
man, for being
exactly.
disciplined. It's too easy, especially when it gets hot, to get on a motorcycle, man, and just put on a t-shirt or no offense, man. We all are guilty. Man, we'll
Yes,
get on these bikes, man, and we'll put low top chucks on. We have dicky shorts. We do all kind of crazy things. But again, when you do it the right way and something bad happens, you live to fight the good fight another day. And that's the importance of doing what's right.
that's right.
I'm sorry, Coco, to steal your thunder. I'll let you finish your thought.
But yeah, that's it. I mean, just shout out to all the lady riders. This is a man's world, but we can hold our own out there too.
Hey man, shout out to the queens of the South, man. Hey, them girls was on your neck. They would text me inbox. That's my sister. That's all. Lord, here we go.
Yes,
Cause
my sisters ride hard for
I've had
me.
plenty of queens of the South before make the ride, so I knew they were gonna come out the woodworks, boy. When you had to make the ride, that's my
Mhm.
sister. Shit.
Just
That's
look out for
Hey,
that's what's
2026. We
up.
coming. We coming
Right,
hey,
2026
right.
Sarge,
deep.
Sarge, I was getting it too. Y'all better take out my
You better,
sister.
hey,
I was like,
bro.
who is this?
Hey,
And how do y'all what doing it, baby?
hey,
They,
LT, you would have
they
got that work if anything happened.
I ain't want
If she
no
would have took
smoke.
a picture
Coco.
with a frown, you would have got that work.
Hey, listen, she was gonna make it back. If
Yeah,
anybody else, I was gonna make sure she
yeah,
made it back.
right
Yeah,
on.
shout out to the choppers for introducing us to LA riding. Oh my
Nice.
God.
Splitting them
Oh my
lanes
Boy,
and
God.
things.
look here.
Oh my God.
Splitting them lanes
Shout
and
out to the choppers
things.
that met us in California
Yeah,
and said hello. Welcome to California. Let's get there.
right on.
And they got us there.
Coco said, "Hey, we not going between this car and this. No, we not doing that. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
around. Don't even worry about it.
yeah.
I got it.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, man. My first time going across and riding with Soul Brothers, we were going from L.A. We were going from L.A. to Stockton. And boy, I'm riding with the LA chapter pack. Oh my God, bro, I'm white knuckling. Boom, through the splitting lanes, through trucks and cars and boats and RVs. They could give a less than a day. We got to where we're going, like, Sarge, would you think that was easy? You're like, bruh, let me sit here and have a moment with myself.
And I
So,
knew
bro,
what time it was. I was
yeah,
just waiting.
man, they gonna get you. Yeah. Hey, so y'all, the choppers, y'all don't have a chance that time with that. Because, obviously, the mother chopper been in LA, that's what they do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what they do. Right on. Any last thoughts, Coco? Any last things before we
No,
move on
no, I'm good. Thanks.
to Mr. I ain't getting no Arby's?
That's my brother right there, though. We in the back holding it down.
Hey, hey,
You know what it
K9 know.
is.
Hey, K9 know how I feel about it, man. K9 knows how I
It-
feel about it.
hey man, it
Uh,
was a good
yeah,
ride though. I had
he
I
for
had a
sure.
six the whole ride. She already knew.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, K9, you take it, man. This is your second run. And I'm gonna say this real quick, if you don't mind, before you do it. I'm gonna say this, bro. I've been watching. Obviously I follow what you do and how you getting down. And bro, you getting up and down America. You're an unsung guy. For people who know you, they know. For people that don't know, they need to get to know you because you riding motorcycles, bro, and that's on the real. I've been watching you over the last couple of years, and you get the hell down on that bike. Whether you're going by yourself, me, myself, and I, it don't matter. Matter of fact, this is the biggest group I ever seen K9 ride with.
Yeah.
I normally see him by
Me too.
himself, solo dolo. Yeah, and that's no offense to nobody. The man just don't. The man get out. He's fearless. He's fearless. So now that I've embarrassed you, my guy, I'm gonna turn it over to you.
I
Much
appreciate that,
love.
man. My good was it wouldn't have been a better ride with these bros. When I did the first time, um, quick story, I was on my way back. Big up to my man Trigger. Trigger hits me up and says, "Hey man, hey, we doing it next year? What's up?" And I'm right, and I said, only thing I said, say less. And he said, "All right," and I hung up the phone. I'd already known I was ready for it because I mean, not because it's my second time, but just me and LT Trigger, salute to him, easy, rib, like them my bros, Even though we're not, rocking the same patch, that's my family there. That's my good. My bad. I don't really have any bad. The accident kind of shook me a little bit, but what I will contest to is that we all like was said, we all jumped into it. Me and Coco saw it. I jumped off the bike. I told Red, hey, lay down. Yada yada yada. Um, we got him to the hospital. It was a quick conversation. Hey, what we gonna do? Because look, if we stay here, we got 15 hours back to the house. What y'all gonna do? It was like say less. And we hit it, got back on the day we said we were, so nothing changed. Um, ugly wise, to me there was no ugly. It was by far, like you just said, I ride by myself, and it's just it's nothing against making a phone call and saying, "Hey, you want to ride with me?" It's just that I have all my life and everything that happens on the road within me, so that I don't have to worry about, oh man, the dude going with me or the female going with me went down or something. Something's just me. So it was kind of, I felt like somebody's uncle or dad in the back because I was watching. I pull up on the side, you good, you straight. I pull back. I had 5 apps open for gas stations, weather, whatever. Like I was tracking. I pull up the LT like, hey man, look, ABCD. I think that me and LT worked together for both of us doing a coast to coast before that. I think me and him, he listened to me, I hear listen to him. I had his six, I had everybody six. It was a really good ride. I'm ready for next year. It ain't nothing to it. And yeah, that's it, man. I've made, everybody here on this live, what I'm saying, LT, Easy, Rib, Coco, that they've become more of a family to me because we've experienced, we've laughed, we've had attitudes. Like Coco said, I pull up, see if she was good. She was looking this way and would not turn her head to be like, I'm like, you good? You sleepy? You all right? She would not look because I could tell. So I pull back. But then she get to the gas station. I'm like, okay, she must be good because she sure didn't say nothing. I guess she all right. But other than that, man, I wouldn't have rolled with a better group than this one I had here. Will I say this will be my last? Will I ever do it again with them? Absolutely. Will I ride with
No,
anybody else? I'll probably keep doing what I've been doing, just riding by myself.
that's what's up, man. Shout out. So prayers, Mr. Taskmaster, Mr. Mean Guy, Mr. Won't Let Me Eat a Sandwich.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Hey
sir.
man, the floor is yours, man. Talk to us, prayers.
Hey, you know what, man? I first salute to each and every one of y'all, man, for even allowing me to put it out there and I guess for say for y'all to follow my lead, man, because listen, we collectively we did that. The good that I want to acknowledge is, the bonds that was established, not only within my own chapter, because that's you learn your brothers or you learn your sisters, you gonna learn them on the road, but the cross domain now with Kings of the South, we call Coco
The
Chopper
what of the South? The what of the South?
Queens. I said Queens. Did I say Kings? I'm sorry, Coco. The Queens of the South, right? We call Coco our little chopperette, right? Because she's fun. Those guys out in West, when they come out, they gonna be asking for Coco. Where Coco at?
Nice. Nice.
And my man, problem child. There's nothing else to be said about that. Like that's sealed. So that's the good. With the bads, I pretty much agree with everyone was saying, but the big takeaway that I really want to share with everybody, and for some it's applied, but for some it's not. So I feel like I really want to say it. Of course, prior to doing these type of rides, everybody's gonna go and get that maintenance on your bike, right? You're gonna get your fluid swapped out, your brake, you're gonna get all that checked up. That does not mean that during that ride, you're going to that you do not have to worry about, you know, continuing to check that stuff. And like for me, for those bikes out there with the cams and stuff like that, believe it or not, you're burning oil. And this was one of those things that I learned from my previous, and I forgot to mention it because when I did mention it, like, hey, y'all check your oil, they kind of got them looks like, what am I checking my oil for? I just got the oil change. And surprisingly, a couple of guys was like, "Oh damn, I need to add a whole pint of oil."
Oh
Well,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So that's one of those big takeaways that I just want to share with everybody who may not be tracking keep some oil in your bike. I was the only one who did, but just because of the experience, and I forgot to let them know, and continue to check that as you traveling across. But man, it's been a journey. Will I do it again? Yes. Anytime soon? Absolutely not. Uh, hey, salute, man, salute the maniac. Salute,
Yeah.
salute, salute to Maniac.
Hey, he's a
One,
beast.
he gave us some precious information. We did apply the information he gave us about stopping at the lows when we got ready to hit the gauntlet, right? And that was accurate. Every
Mm,
lows that we saw, we stopped, we gassed up. But for him to go out there and then turn around and come straight back and do it again, whew,
yeah. Yeah.
salute to that brother there. But
Yeah.
man, I just want to say thank you to all the group of the six of us that did it. I couldn't have did it without you. Until next time, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do something else. We got something else up our sleeve.
Hey, well, let's do this, man. So we've got rider 305, Chopper LT, the president.
That's
We
it.
got rider 306, Chopper Easy. You got rider 307, Coco, Queens of the South. We've got rider 308, Solid. Did we ever get Solid back on? We didn't get Solid back on, but he
Yeah,
did his thing.
he did his
Rider,
thing.
we didn't get him on, right? So yeah, we'll catch Solid when we catch him.
All right.
Hey, rider 309, Rib, did his thing, man. And oh, by the way, Gold Star, second award rider, Problem Child, man, from K9 MC. Let's do this real quick. Let's go. I'm going to say this, ladies and gentlemen, because of riders like you guys who cared enough to share your ride, we will be better motorcycle riders today. The Each One Teach One platform continues to get bigger and bigger. And it's not about big me, little you. It's about us being the best, safest, most excited motorcycle riders on the planet. We build this platform for us to continue to come together as motorcycle riding enthusiasts to encourage, to inspire each other through our stories on the highway. So for anybody who would love to take up the challenge, to take part of the social experiment, the Each One Teach One, I-10 Coast to Coast ride, man, reach out to guys who've made this ride and go ahead and start doing your work. Start doing your due diligence, man. These guys, these ladies who have made this ride, they will teach you how to do it safely and proficiently on the highway. Family, any last words for us?
Now, big up to K9 MC. Big up to everybody checked on him, my family. Big up to my man Sincere, K9 MC PGC. Big up to all the K9 MC Social Club that K9 MC Social that checked on me. And hey, I love y'all. Everybody in this group, man. I appreciate y'all and we're gonna do it again. Ain't nothing to it.
Amen.
Absolutely.
Love. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you for coming on and spending some time with us tonight. I know I got to let y'all go because y'all got to go back and build up PTO. Y'all
That's
been out
right.
Not
here
me,
goofing off
not
this
me, big
whole time.
dog. Not me, not me.
Hey, real man, I can't wait till you go get that brand new CVO and get that thing back on the highway, man. Because, brother, you show us that's how gangsters get out, man. You just keep on pushing and keep on pushing. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you and good night. God bless.
Good night.
All right.
Hey, man, there you have it, man. Another successful I-10 to the end. It was a magnificent six, man. Got it in and got done and got their patch. And they highway bullies now. So, again, man, thank you for everybody who came on this evening and rocked with us, man. I had some of the heavy hitters. I had the Bells, man. I had Nasty. I had K Solo. And by the way, if you hadn't had a chance to do it already, get on over there to his YouTube channel, Riding with K Solo, man. A great podcast. He's interviewing the unsung heroes in our motorcycle community today, man. So he's doing his thing on his platform. Go check him out. Man, the Bells, man, appreciate you guys for rocking with us today, man. Everything was great this weekend. Joe Fan, thank you for coming on and hanging out with us today. We had an awesome weekend, brothers. I'm going to just say, man, I was going to do this on Monday, but I'm going to do a couple seconds. I'm not going to, so you're going to do it. Look, just say this real quick before we let everybody shut off tonight. You know, every once in a while when you do this stuff, you know, you're a content creator. That's what they call me, a content creator, an event creator, and all the stuff that I do under the Iron Elite platform or the I-10 to the End platform or the Titan Award platform. I love doing those things, man. They are a labor of love. They are. They truly are. Sometimes you get a little lonely, man. Hey, you get a little lonely because you're in the fight. You're fighting a good fight. The wife is putting up with me complaining about, I ain't got this. I can't do this. This ain't working right. I got a headache. This ain't organized. And she's in the fight with me because she's the operations officer. And we're just hooking and jabbing. And sometimes you just feel like you're by yourself in this fight. And then after a while, God comes through and does what God does. He puts people in your life for a reason because he understands what you need. He understands what you might want. He understands what's good for you. But he puts certain people in your life for a reason. And I'm going to tell you this weekend, I can't say nothing. Only thing I could do was smile, laugh, and tell them how much I appreciated them. My South Florida family, man, are second to none. Are second to none. Man, I had goosebumps going down my arms this weekend on how well they treated me. They treated me well. When I tell you this, bro, I don't think I've ever had, since I've been doing this stuff, I don't think I've ever had a group of people treat me as well as Joe Fan, Joker, Tommy, Graham, David, and Sonny Bill. Man, it was a blast. I will never, ever forget that weekend and how well you treated the wife and I. We couldn't stop talking about it when we got home. We're exhausted, but we are full of joy. And thank you, family, for taking care of us as well as you taking care of us. I will never forget it. And for that, I got to give you guys a Dom DeMarco for that. Let's do this. Tomorrow, we'll talk a little bit more about the weekend down in South Florida. We'll get a little bit more in detail. But tonight, I just wanted to say that because it was on my heart. Kane Foel, thank you, man, for that lovely song. Hurley Up, the theme song to Iron Elite Podcast Show. And Kane Foel, I'll see you next month, man. We need to talk. We got a lot of things to talk about. And no, we ain't sharing none of it with y'all. So I'll be meeting him next month. God willing, the creek don't rise. And we're going to be talking about some stuff. And for my man Masul, FHO, that's out there rocking and rolling on the I-10, sleep well, my friend. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. He's getting it in. And he had to be a makeup. Because when he planned to make the trip, I think it was as long as over a year and a half ago. And some things happened. He wasn't physically able and ready to make his trip. So he had to sit around and wait and watch other people get it in. But he continued to do his homework and his study and his practice, taking notes. And he finally hit me up and said, Sarge, I'm ready to go. I said, well, come on, man. He came down from Youngstown, Ohio. Big fat smile on his face, happy. But I also know he still has to He has to do what he has to do to make sure he can take care of his health to get across the country to be successful. But man, he had the energy of a giant. He had the smile of a titan. He said, Sarge, I got this. I said, you damn right you do. I got this, Sarge. I said, I feel it. He left Saturday morning, and now he's bedding down in El Paso, Texas tonight. So Masul, can't wait, my brother. I cannot wait to bring you on the podcast when you make it to California, hey, in the next day or so. And you're going to do it on your time, riding your ride, doing your thing, you dig? FHO, man, doing his thing. So shout out to him, man. Let's do this for Masul tonight. He's probably asleep. He don't even hear it, but we're going to give him a round of applause. And for everybody out there on that highway, man, that's getting home, trying to get safe to your family, be safe, man. The mission is not over or completed until you've got that bike in the garage, safe and sound. Don't forget the Titan Award is out, man. 1 May, it went in effect. Hit the link. The link is in the feature section in the group page of the Iron Elite, home of the Ground Pounders Reunion, Iron Elite, home of the Titan Award. The group page on Facebook. If you can't figure what it is, it's in the description of this show's title. So get on there, hit the link, go ahead and nominate your Titan. Don't wait till the last minute. Go ahead and nominate your Titan. As well as if you want to register for the I-10 to the End ride, get on there in the feature section again. The link is in this YouTube show's notes if you need it also. Go ahead and hit the link, get yourself registered, man, so we can get you guys ready to go. So for my next riders over the next 2-3 weeks, prepare yourself. It's going to get hot on that highway. And you better have some oil on that bike. Just going to tell you that. You better have some oil on that bike. You better have you some sunblock. Sunblock, black folk. Sunblock ain't just for the other folk. They for the black folk, too. Make sure you have some lip balm and all kind of other cool stuff because it's going to be hot out there. The 10 going to be 10. So my time is done. I appreciate y'all. In the meantime, in between time, man, y'all keep it motorcycling, you dig?
Hey now, it's your girl Piper, the 2025 Iron Elite Female Titan. And you're now tuned in to Sarge on the Iron Elite Podcast Show, home of the Ground Pounders Reunion and the Coast to Coast Run, the social experiment, where motorcycling is not just a hobby, it's a lifestyle. You dig? Now like, share, subscribe, and follow for all things motorcycling, and I'll see you on the slab.
I ain't got too much to say, but y'all make sure y'all bring that same energy out here next week and the week after. We going to the Super Bowl and we gonna win that bitch. We gonna win that bitch. Super Bowl!
Hey, it's your boy Low Key. Y'all know I roll with Big Sarge and the Iron Elite, home of the Titan Award and the Ground Pounder Family Reunion. Each one teach one, you dig?
The Mileage Bully, Moto Mob CEO, and your 2024 Titan. You are now listening to Sarge on the Iron Elite Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. If you're not listening to the Iron Elite Podcast, what are you really doing? Because we are talking motorcycles over here. You dig?
Hey y'all, it's Snacks reminding you to tune in to the Iron Elite Podcast. You dig?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this your man Kodak, the most hated, coming to you live from the Iron Elite Podcast with my man Big Sarge, where we always keep it motorcycle. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.